Well, we are right now. We up in Wailu Valley at Dave Martin's taro line. This is a wetland taro that's man-made by letting the water from up the river into the way all the way down to the patch here. So we had walked around and looked. Dave had a lot of moe taro in here, and he has some manalaulo. So I think they be sticking to the Moyi. Moyi is a very good tarot and uh, choiceable poet tarot too. So then uh, you can see the difference as you go through the tarot patch. You can see the water situation here. Uh, where Dave had control his water pretty good, so he's just a lot more in the banking. And we're standing right next to a patch here with a young color that's growing on. And you can see where I'm talking about water in the taro patch. You see what Dave is doing now is just letting the water just sliding, just moist the taro patch. Then you can see the weeds that young weeds that I talk about that's growing in the taro patch now. So uh, if if you don't watch out on these weeds now that's in the taro patch, you have a lot of work to do. But if you control in the water, let nature help you with the water. Control the water. Then bring the water up, maybe a couple inches up to the highest point, and you have the weeds growing. That will drown the weeds in 1 week time. You know. Then you can bring back the water down to low as you want again. But as long as you're or you upkeeping with it. But if you don't, then you're doing something else, which like my uncle Sam Pugihaw always says, don't inu when you work in the Lord. Because then when you drink, you forget about the char patch, then that's when the weeds catch up with you. So right now, Dave is doing a beautiful job here, you know, and we can see it's worthwhile for him going back to the Lord and bringing back uh, the things what the Hawaiians used to do, because this is all old Tarapat that is not altered or anything. It's just following the old banks and everything, the old law, cleaning it up and making use of the land. So a lot of the people that own terra patches in the valley uh, should go back and make use of the aina, you know. Not only just say that you get the aina and you like go plant taro, but they're not doing nothing about it. But if you do something about it, you come out something like Dave Martin here, uh, being a beautiful taro, you know. So eventually, if the generation now trying to lease the land or trying to use the grandparents' land or everything, the family should get together, hiki in one, you know, only pa in one. Then there will be, you know, no problem. But gotta get one man to handle, you know, so they don't fool any old place when the terror is growing. So the one man will say, Huki I or here, Huki I or here, then, you know, that's the way they'll control. And only one man will control, but the family is all getting to one and do things in one. So otherwise, they're going to just hooky, and nothing going to be done, you know. So right now, you can see what Dave is doing now. And I envy him for doing this because uh, he's he's way younger than me. I'm too old in the 70, going to be 73 in a couple of weeks more. So nothing good about me, but the only thing I can say now, uh, paano kakino, you know, as me, my body is still solid, that I can still go out and do things and go out to the Kuibi to pick up lao, go down the ocean. I hardly go to the ocean because get one big boss inside there that I don't like, you know. So you know what I'm talking about is the big shark in there, you know. So the best is on the land here. If you fall down here, somebody can pick you up later on. But if you fall out in the ocean, you're gone and there's no return, you know. So try hard to get your cocoa from the lawyer or here. Make use of the aina. in this valley when I was young, I worked down here, friend and I, uh, we pulled the trees with the horse. All these palm tree at the time, when I was young was only about 10 feet high. But now you can see the mountains and the work involved is, tremendous, you know. So, what you can do, Hawaiian you say, Hanamalia, uh, work slowly with that land and you'll get it back to the stage where the old folks had used. Only a thing that they're using more modern things now as PVC pipe they're using and everything. If the Hawaii, I checked the Hawaii and everything is still there. Or what we need, put water inside and hana that Hawaii clean slowly as the water go down, then cut whatever you need or build up a little bit. Then you will use that old waterway that will supply all this terror land here. So uh, only thing I ask the younger generation to work slow, and try use the land which are here because otherwise, no sense of you talking about the color or the terra patch land or blaming somebody else. So if your family own and whatnot, try hard to have a headman that get together, then they can work with terra land, come back to the original way. Then they will have all the cow within it. The taro, that's where you can see the taros and everything is the leaf, the haha, the color is up underneath, And if you get animals and whatnot, you make your poi and all the uh, uh, thing you had scrape out, you can just feed it to the animal. And you have both ways. You have animals, that you don't have to buy the cacao, you can feed them. And animals love the greens or a lot of the greens that we can cut from your land and feed it to the animal. So hopefully, while I'm still living, hopefully they will improve this valley a little bit more. You know, put the house away from the thoroughfares and try bring back the land, the original land where the old folks had the tower going. Because in one corner of the land, a certain portion of the corner of the land, that's where the Hawaiians have put their home over there in the corner, which to house them and live on the land because the Hawaiian had depended on the land in Hawaii so much without any interfering with other foreign country. So if you can do that, then I always say because we cannot depend on the boats and everything because someday we're gonna be caught with our pants down, and no food coming to here. But I'm not sure, but that's the way I looking at now. So if they can bring back the land, work the land and everything, whether you have on the homestead on the valley or whatever, try to use your aim. Then you have no complaint about people that not using the land. Right now, I have the complaint because I've been working at Terra Land for over 40 something years, you know. So my dad always says, no work, no eat. So if we go back to the same way of the old people, if no work, no eat, they just each individual one not can depend on somebody else. They have to depend on themselves. Their own body, the kino, supposed to work the land which they have. So don't say my family own, but we're not going to use the land. Get together, in one, then you can work the land and make use of all this thing area. So, okay, we in the valley of Wailu, a little further up, about a couple hundred yards up in the valley. This portion of the land here, uh, you can see all the turrets, underneath these trees here. All what you have to do is cut the palm trees down and, you could clean the land and bring back the water. The river is right near, so you can bring back the water, and work this land. So this line here, I'll be 73 in a couple of days more, and this, as far as I know, nobody had used this land. I guess when the old people had died or moved out, that's how this valley came dead. nobody living on the valley. Everybody move out. Now the great grandchildren are coming back to the Aina, you know, trying to claim the land in which they have, maybe the family have lost it to a various possession or the taxation, you know. So, what they're trying to do is just filling around, the family getting together to fill around, then get back the Aina. They could get back. I don't know. You know, I'm not a man of studying the land, but all what I want is something like this, that the land is here already, and that the family can get back to the land and make use of the land. Uh, cut all these palm trees. You can see these palm trees. They're tall and they're quite large in the on the trunk. But then you can see this. I want to say opening space inside. The trees are not too big inside. So what you can do is kill those trees out, bring the sunlight back in here, and work this land because the level of the land is very. You don't have to touch it anymore because it's already, nature that just left with that. So what you can do is after that, it's get you plant, open it up, soften it up with the water, then plant your, pulley inside. Then you can, make use of this land. So each individual owner can work this land, and, they can, bring back the money to pay for the land tax and everything. And this land will be valuable to them, you know. So to us, to the public outside that doesn't understand the tarot land, or to the businessman, he looks at it, he just want to push everything out, you know, destroy all these, tarot patches, everything over here, and make a home or a hotel or whatever they want, So that's a shame, but, what we want to do is just trying to preserve, trying to bring back what our forefathers had lost many years ago. So if you can bring it back again, then it'd be worthwhile. Then, there's a lot of, family that's, can live on the land and work this, land together and, uh, bring out more food to the public, which they won't be saying they're short of oil or anything. So that is entirely up to the generation that now owning the land. So if they own the land, you can see the turrets and everything is there. They don't have to do anything but just cut the plum trees and kill them. And all these introduced plant, kill them. Then bring back the sunlight and bring the water back. Then plant the color in the taro patch. So the work is just to kill a tree, and they're big and the small ones are easy just to kill them, and they'll rotting out themselves. After they're rotting out themselves, then you could use them.
In valleys like this here on Molokai, where the Wailua River flows, streams can be diverted to flow through the terraces. Water is directed from a main source through a system of ditches, auvai, often with the help of PVC pipes, ensuring a continuous flow that oxygenates the water and sustains the kalo plants. The careful balance of water flow exemplifies the Hawaiian principle of malama aina, caring for the land, emphasizing sustainable and reciprocal relationships with nature. During pre-contact Hawaii, thousands of acres of lo'i span the islands, supporting dense populations with abundant food. However, the arrival of Westerners in the late 18th century brought profound changes. The introduction of cattle, plantation agriculture, and urbanization disrupted traditional land use systems. By the 20th century, many lo'i fallen into disrepair or been repurposed, threatening the continuity of this vital cultural practice. Efforts to restore ancient lo'i began in the late 20th century as part of a broader Hawaiian cultural renaissance. The revitalization of lo'i systems serves multiple purposes: reconnecting communities with traditional practices, addressing food security, and restoring ecosystems. Restoration typically involves clearing invasive species, repairing the auvai, and replanting native plants. These projects are often labor-intensive but rely on community collaboration and volunteer support. reflecting the Hawaiian value of laulima, many hands working together. Once operational, restored Lo'i systems provide educational opportunities, cultural experiences, and a tangible connection to Hawaiian ancestry. While the restoration of Lo'i has seen notable success, challenges remain. Limited funding, land access issues, and invasive species are persistent obstacles. However, community-driven efforts and the dedication of cultural practitioners have resulted in significant achievements. Restored Lo'i systems now serve as sources of food, pride, and cultural resurgence for the island's residents. Increasingly, technology is being integrated with traditional practices, such as using GIS mapping to identify ancient Lo'i sites or employing drone imagery to assess water flow. The restoration of ancient Lo'i across Hawaii is a powerful example of how traditional practices can address modern challenges. By weaving together cultural preservation, environmental stewardship, and community engagement, Lo'i restoration is planting seeds for a resilient and sustainable future. These efforts ensure that the wisdom of the past continues to nourish the generations to come.